Tourette's is like another voice. It's like another entity. It will do everything possible to embarrass the person who has Tourette's, to make them hated, to make other people angry, upset, irritated, uncomfortable. It's a nasty, spiteful voice.
Morning, John. Late again.
Traffic was terrible.
John, I need to take you shopping after football. I'm starting big school in 2 weeks.
Ladies?
Yes, John!
I dream of a lady in body. I tell that she...
Get lost! Look at him! Fucking rabbit! John! Hey! Fucking shite! Can't help it! I was ashamed today!
We're going to get you better. Next to no time.
Johnny D!
It's called Tourette syndrome. Say things that I shouldn't.
What can you do? Do you want to come in for something to eat, John?
Oh, fuck off, you wanker!
Well, it's nice to meet you too.
Sorry.
I swear, it's a biopic about Tourette's activist John Davidson. Your very first biopic. Why did you want to tell his story?
It's a story that's been with me since 1989. And there was a documentary in that year, and John was 15 years old, and there's a documentary on the BBC, and it was called John's Not Mad, and it's still available online. And that showed a young man who was beginning to realize that he was experiencing the onset of Tourette syndrome. And until then, there were no issues. He had friends. He was good at school. He was sociably active, and he was acceptable and things. And suddenly, he started saying these outrageous things. Yeah. And I just emotionally, I was really upset by his story.
At that time, you were.
I was, well,
in your 20s, right? Early 20s?
Yeah, my 20s, yeah. I would have been in my 20s, yeah. And I wasn't a writer, and I wasn't a film director. I was actually a runner. I was driving a van around London, making tea and coffee for people and things. But I had ambitions to become a director. And I always remember thinking, wow, if I was a director now or a writer, I would go after that story. And his school said that he would end up in an asylum because he was insane. The police said he would end up in prison. No one understood the condition. No one knew what Tourette's was in 1989, or very, very few people. And then I saw a second documentary when he was in his 20s. And John just was like any other boy of his age in that community. He wanted a partner. He wanted to find a girlfriend. And he said, when I go up to a girl and I speak to them, I introduce myself and then I spit in their face. And I thought, it's hard enough in this world to find a partner, let alone, even if you're charming or confident or you're able to communicate with people. Imagine going up to a girl and spitting in their face. So no surprise, he had no partner. He still doesn't have a partner now. And then I saw him in his 30s, and I saw that he had turned his life around, and that he was helping others, educating others, and inspiring people with Tourette's and bringing them together as a community.
Tommy, this is John. He's come to have a chat about the vacant position.
Right, I'll give you a rundown of the place.
Give me a cock in my hand. Sakes.
Can you make a decent cup of tea?
Oh, I am good at tea. Are you spunk for milk? Are you okay with the ticks and the swearing?
What ticks? What swearing?
We need to get you out, man.
I can see he's off the medication.
I'm so sorry, pal.
I'm so tired.
When I first met John, I said, when I watch the documentaries, as well as the tragedy, I can identify a level of humor and comedy. And John said that his life was the most tragic and the most hysterical and comedic life you could ever imagine. Because when things come out of someone's mouth, number one, they can upset, they can anger, they can infuriate people, and they can make other people, strangers, want to hit him. It makes them so angry. But other times, things can come out of his mouth which are the most obscure, abstract, funny things that you could ever imagine. And you know, John's life isn't just like some years it's good and some years it's bad. It's like every day is like that.
Every day.
Yeah, he wakes up and he's okay. He goes to get some milk from the shop and he says something which angers someone and someone wants to punch him. He walks home, he says something else, they want to call the police. He gets home, he meets with a friend who also has Tourette's. They have lunch together and they're talking and the funniest things come out. So I think for me, it was the combination of, you know, classic drama, whether it's Shakespeare or anyone, is the tragedy and the comedy just mixed together in this medical condition.
It smells like spaghetti bolognese. You sure you don't want some?
No, I'm okay. Hitler!
Oi! What's wrong with my spaghetti bolognese?
I'm sure it's great, I just need to be getting home.
What's your name?
John.
John, get your ass in here. Be on the table in 2 minutes.
No, honestly. Fuck you in particular. Fuck you in particular. God, John. Hey! Come on, John.
Come on in, love. I'm Dottie.
You're gonna die of cancer. Ha
There are many misconceptions about
Yeah.
Tourette's. Maybe you even had some of those
Yeah.
misconceptions.
Yeah.
Can you describe what it is? Because I think I understand now, but maybe you can explain better than I can.
Yeah, lesson number one that I realized that I didn't know before is that people say, oh yeah, I know, Tourette's, people who walk down the street swearing. So lesson number one, only 10% of people who have Tourette's swear. There are 90% of people who have Tourette's who, you know, sometimes people just blink. Sometimes people just have to stretch their neck. Sometimes it relates to levels of anxiety that people feel. And there are many, many, many hidden versions of Tourette's. Someone actually said to me, I've got Tourette's, but it's internal and it's to do with fear and anxiety. And they said, I wish I had the kind of Tourette's that John has, because at least everyone can see it and they understand that there's a problem.
But still, the way I understand Tourette's is I used to think that the involuntary swearing is somehow your subconscious, but it isn't.
No.
Tourette's is like a different entity that knows exactly what to say to hurt people, but it's not necessarily something you think. So that it must be so strange to almost be like possessed by something.
Yeah, that is an incredible observation, and most people don't realize that. When I went to see John, I knocked on his door in Galashiels. He opens the door, and he was obviously nervous, but he was excited, and he was like, Kirk, come on in, good to see you, come on in. So I went in, and it was his house, so I said, shall I take my shoes off? And he said, let's have sex. And I tried to respond in a way that I always do, with humor, and make a little joke to try and take the embarrassment away for him. And he said, let's have sex. And I said, shall I take my shoes off first? And he said, no, that was a tick. That was a tick. And of course, we sat down, and the first thing he explained to me is that it's really important to ignore the ticks, because they come from nowhere and they mean nothing, but don't ignore the person.
It's good food.
Thanks, John.
Dory's dying of cancer! Sorry, Dory. Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck off, you cunt! Sorry, everyone.
Right, John. If you're going to visit us more often, which, you know, I hope you are, I need to speak to you about your language.
Aye, okay.
We have one rule in this house. And that's if you do anything you can't help, you never, ever have to apologise for it. You know, if you're out in the street and, you know, with people who don't understand you, then fine, you know, apologise, whatever. But in this house, where we know you can't help it, you know, where we know you don't mean it, well, it all means diddly squat.
How did you think about having a film being made of his life? Did he instantly say yes, or let's do it?
I was with him for 3 days, and we got to know each other. And one of the first things I realized was that over the years, the Tourette's community have been taken advantage of. You know, a TV show, a radio show, a newspaper
Easy
journalist.
laugh.
Easy laugh. They say, get those guys on who've got Tourette's, that'll be funny. And John and his other members of the community go on and they try to explain to people that it's a very complex neurological condition, that it needs help and support. But the media often just want an easy laugh. That's all they want. So the first thing I said to John is, okay, I want to make you an executive producer on the production. And he said, what does that mean? And as anyone would. And I said, it means that you will have a voice, that you will be listened to, and that you will be part of the process. So as I started to write, I would send him probably every 20 pages. So I send him the first 20, the first 40, the first 60. And I checked everything with him all the way along. And then when we finished the film, I showed it to him first. I hired a cinema. I wanted to show him on the big screen. It was the first time I'd been to the cinema in 40 years because of his Tourette's, because he couldn't go.
No. How did he react?
There were tears, there were hugs. I think he was amazed at the level of the production. I think because over the years he'd been used to making documentaries. And in his head, I just think he thought it was like a version of a documentary maybe, but he saw a film and it had music composed, and you know, it had actors who were well known and a cinematographer, and it was edited and it had titles, and it was a full film, and I don't think he was really expecting that. But he loved it, and most of all, he adored the two actors who played him, so the young John and then Robert Arameo, who played the old John.
We got your details from the hospital. They said you might be able to help.
Doctors and specialists, they talk about Tourette's, but they haven't experienced it. She's never met anyone else who has it. Lucy, could you step outside the car, please?
Fuck off. We've got John with us.
Okay, open up.
Fuck off, you pedo. I'm a minor. What are you doing that for?
Stop me giving you a smack in the face.
I'm not talking to you.
No worries. Be honest, it's nice to have a few minutes off work.
Part-time slag.
I spunked on a jellyfish.
You're a wanker.
Today. Roddy's got a little cock.
Fuck off.
I've got a big fucking rabbit in my arse. Fuck you. Cunt.
Your dad wasted sperm.
Your dad's a cunt.
My dad's a pedo.
I'm a pedo, you know.
I'm the leader of the
I
pedos.
raped a girl, you know.
You're on the fender.
I'm a fucker, you know.
My dad shagged your
My
dad.
dad's a fucking jellyfish.
Is that going?
Maybe not.
My mother's a priest.
You're a priest, you cunt.
You're a wank stain.
You're right, pal.
You know, I've been very fortunate, worked with some incredible actors, Robert De Niro, Emma Thompson, Colin Firth, and Rob went as deep as I've ever seen anyone go as an actor. With the research, he spent 3 months with John, gardening, going to the shops, watching TV, making dinner with him. I mean, John got fed up with him in the end. He was like, can you go now, Rob? Can you go? Because Rob was like, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? Why are you thinking that? Why did you go over here? Why do you hit the wall with your fist? What happens? What are you feeling? So, yeah.
But the thing is that there are not really answers to why. Because it's still not sure why Tourette's happens, right? It strikes. That's what it does.
It's still very, very misunderstood. It's underfunded. I think I heard that a number of years ago, something like £60 million was given to help people with autism. And as far as I know, to this day, not one single penny has been given to help people with Tourette's in the UK. That might have changed a little bit recently, but the proportion of support that people get is out of balance with other conditions.
Well, maybe this film can change that.
Hope so. Hope so.
Fuck the Queen!